Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the Trinity, unpowered, not powered anymore by Dango. Episode 29. That was loud. Episode 29. We are back. Is this? I feel like we haven't done it all three of us together for a little hot minute.
Two shows.
For a hot minute, yeah. We had to move it around last week. Me and KG, we were live at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and KG was sat in a hotel room with like the worst connection. And
I was on the wanted picture.
I was pissed off as well. I was a bit drunk. I just woke up from
I forgot about this.
Someone had something to say about like, I don't know what they was complaining about, but I had enough.
KG turned into full on like Karen parent. Do you know the work I put into this house? The dedication that I have. Do you know how hard I work? Because I said something to KG like, I'm up early. I don't have to do this show, but I'm here. I was at a wedding last night, and then I called him. He called me later on that day, I think it was. Yeah. And then KG was like, I was really pissed off earlier.
when he thinks what happened earlier in the day, he goes, "No, I need to readdress
it." It was still under his skin. It was still under his skin, firmly under his skin.
Because it's it was like I was so mindful at the I was so mindful at when I was like, look, make sure you're ready to get up and pod, basically. That was the mindset. So when this person tried to give me a podcast rating of 3, fam, I said, nah. You know when they round up your score, like how you did today? Nah, bro.
But the effort, because you're like the effort I've had to do to get
effort, here. Bro. Effort already, nah. I wonder if players feel like that when they watch the player rating show, though.
They do. Well, they don't care about us.
Their ratings, when they give them their ratings, and we're like, what?
Minus 1,000, you said?
Yeah, it was bad, innit?
I know what would cheer you up. I don't know if you've seen this, KG. I know Flex has seen this. There is a clip going round this morning of Steve McLaren. And he obviously is the Jamaica head coach. And we're seeing just a bit more of him sort of integrating into his new sort of
culture.
We've got a clip. Now, when this clip plays, the viewers will be able to hear you giggling in the background. I've made sure to keep your mics up. So take a look at this. You'll be able to hear this as well.
Coach, big up. First trading session. I see you very ready.
Yeah.
What's
that? What's that mean? You what?
Yeah. Greetings. Ailings. Jamaican.
Yeah. Hail him up, Richard.
Big up.
Fully active, man. Big up on yourself.
Something else this morning.
Fully active?
He said
You said something else.
He said something. You twisted your thumb, mate. What'd you do?
Okay. Seal it up.
That's what it was.
Seal it up.
Seal it up. Sorry, box myself.
I know.
Seal it up, Bio.
Seal it up.
Seal it up.
Look me in the eye. Seal it up.
Coach. Seal it up.
Nah. Bro, man, because you know that one is natural as well. You know, with the little, like, that's crazy.
And the thing is, the funniest thing about that is, I said to Owen on the morning show today, I said, as soon as Steve McLaren went there, I said, the same was similar to, like, how you are with the Nigerians when you go, your people, in it. So it'll be the same if he was, like, coach of the head coach of Nigeria. I'm like, it's not going to take long for us to start doing Jamaican things. And it's going to be so funny to watch him on this journey. And this is the first real one, because basically he's going to start the interview and he's gone, wait, let me go to the press, man. What's that thing earlier you showed me? What's that thing again? No, not the big up one. No, not that. Another thing. What's that other thing you did?
But he looked confused by big up, because they went big up. He went big up.
But wait, Owen. But this is the thing, though. You can say to Steve, you don't know what big up is. You could say, oh, come on,
Owen's
Steve.
been on the journey.
Come on, Steve.
Been on the journey, bro. You know what's
You know what I mean? I was listening to him. I was like, Steve,
You better watch out, because we are come for you.
That's what I was saying.
Owen's been on the journey, bro.
Yeah, I've been on the journey, and now who am I?
A Jamaican, you look, man. I'm a Jamaican.
That's who I am. Yeah.
Rastafari.
Nah, listen. The way that Owen is like more cultured than Steve, that's what I'm saying. So when Owen's seeing the big up, it just clocked. I was like, we say big up to Owen. That's Owen's thing now. He knows. Owen can now look at it and go, This is what it's like out in the streets. This is what they're saying in Jamaica.
Honestly, yeah. I recently went and visited my dad, and I was shocked by the amount of stuff I was saying. I was thinking, I didn't used to say that a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Bro, remember when we went to that? Remember when we went to that? We went for like a meal with like the channel meal.
Yeah,
had Owen trying was it rice and peas in that? We didn't have curry goat. Like
yeah.
The guy was involved, fam.
Yeah. Flex had to make me a plate.
Yeah.
Make me a plate. You'll like this. You'll like this.
Yeah. Don't know about that bit, but I'll eat it.
There's an UV Raw. There's an episode of it. There's a full episode of it.
Yeah. Shout out Steve, man. It's nice to start on the front foot because I know there'll be many more of that because our people, listen, especially media coverage, Jamaicans don't give a damn. They're all up in your grill. Obviously, the way we speak, it's just what it is. The same when you see that the African teams when they do. It's just,
you already know if it was if it was. I'm telling you, and now he's in the best place for him, fam. So we'll see what happens.
You say, KG? We were doing a match for you once. We were talking about if Steve McLaren became the Nigerian manager, and KG went, he can't become the Nigerian manager. I went, why? He went, because there'd be some uncle in the crowd passing a note down to the dugout saying,
can you just remove that player, please? you see how in the UV community, they want us to like sack the manager now, like if we could, like because our voices are prominent. They'd have the expectation. So someone in the dugout, like, remove Osimhen.
And the best thing is, KG said that, and then like 2 weeks later, there was this thing that went viral. It was like, there's this Nigerian priest that was advising Osimhen not to go to Chelsea.
How does he do that? Where does he get the audacity, bro?
He's a man of the cloth, and he's going, I don't think it's the right move for him.
Nothing to do with football. It's mad. And that's what I'm saying. Bro, Steve himself has got to worry about that as well. Because the yard man, they're starting off happy now. When they go, nah, me see this brother sit down next to Sir Alex, you know. Sir Alex, me think me I go get him na Sir Alex. They'll do the thing. They'll just go, nah, I thought he was coming from Man United. Where's the wins? And Sir Alex that. There's no reason. Nah. Big up, Steve.
Hey,
I hope he gets
hold
results.
On. We have to acknowledge this as well. You know, we've been talking about everyone's weight loss. You're looking at Owen, bro. I hope are you looking at Owen's face, bro?
Owen face is facing.
The face is facing. Owen is
crazy. It is crazy.
We're
and I can see with you lot, both of your tops, it's just bare creases. Like you're just
creases.
Like it's just hanging down one side a little bit. It's not like it's just hanging down like bare room. You know those ones with the thing just
so rude. That is absolutely
this just look tight. Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, and I've seen and actually these two guys, for you viewers at home, I have to big them up because they've been on their Optimum Journey. This isn't even an Optimum video, but it just fills into it. They've been on their Optimum Journey, but more importantly as well, they've been on their physical fitness journeys. They've been setting challenges with their Apple Watches, and I've been a bystander for too long. So I've joined them. I've ordered my Apple Watch. I'm going to be involved. I'm going to be involved because it's about inspiration, isn't it? And actually, when you get a good group of friends and you get good like-minded people, they can inspire you and help you kind of get on that journey.
Flex, when you join it, Flex, when you join us, literally, all my phone does, I just get the alerts. Owen's working out. Owen United View working out. Bro, I'm like, okay. Literally, because we're not even competing now, because we've done the competing to get us. It was the hard start. Yeah. Now it's just.
I think I need that because I'm not going to be able to jump into you. I've seen the level.
You need it. No, you need it. Maybe you need it. We'll do it again. We'll do the Trinity competition.
I don't know if I'm there. I just need to do what's like quadruple what I've been doing. As long as I do that,
we'll do the Trinity competition. We'll do the Trinity competition, and because think about our heart rates. We have to look after our hearts. This is a segue. We have to look after our hearts to be able to watch our football team.
Correct.
Because right now, where we're going, if you go back 2 to 3 episodes, when we got the sign-ins or the windows about to close, filled with excitement, joy. There's a lot there. I don't know if any other like great words that we could use to say how willing or the hope of the season was to now, to optimism, bro. To now, we are sitting. It's toxic. It's toxic. We are sitting. Was it 14? Where are we in the league,
I think
guys?
it's 14th. I haven't even checked. I think it's 14th.
I haven't even looked. Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, I haven't looked. That's how I know it's bad. Sitting 14th in the league. I don't watch the manager's presser. Well, I didn't watch all of that presser. You know, the argument one.
Don't do it. Make you angry.
I still haven't watched that yet.
It's so cringe. It's so bad.
And then the club has come out. There's like statements about the playing. What's it? The playing mode or what they say? What's the thing that
Jamie Jackson said? Like, if you keep playing like this, yeah, it's underwhelming Ineos.
The game model, and then there's been and the last thing I'll say, there's been a backing of the manager, and that's scary. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go with this, guys?
Well, the game model thing's interesting, isn't it? Because essentially what Jamie Jackson was saying is that it's not even necessarily the results that's upsetting some of the hierarchy. It's actually the way we're playing, which is quite interesting because that's been one of the criticisms last season, wasn't it? You know, and it's one of the criticisms the fans say is that I don't mind if we lose certain games, but if we're playing good football, I can at least, or I can see where we're going, then I can be on board for that. I still push back a little bit and say, well, if we were getting results, it'd be much, much, much more quiet, wouldn't it, than it is right now? But I'm sure that, you know, that's been the buzzword for Ineos for months now, hasn't it? Game model. Yeah. They have said that over and over and over and over and over again. Game model, game model. And it only feels like Ten Hag really started using that phrase once Ineos actually were like ratified. Suddenly he started saying, oh, game model, game model.
Because they want identity. They want to look at the team and know how it plays. They want Man United to return to something where the spectacle of coming to watch Man United means something. And obviously, in turn, that will bring more positive results. And I was saying on the Flex's View yesterday when I was looking into that article by Jamie Jackson, which was a decent article, that basically, I don't think we get one or the other. I think it's both or none. Like, for me, I don't think Eric will be able to play the football that they don't want to see, but we get results and we're just high up the table because we're getting consistent results, but we don't play well. I don't think that happens. And I don't think that, like, we play really well, but like front foot, doing really nice stuff, but then just keep losing. I think you either get both of those things where the results and the performance is what we want to see, or you get none, which is what we're seeing now.
And after 20 minutes, though, like that's all it is.
And that's all it is.
When we started against Liverpool, that like we were all right. Like, yes, the goals were surprising, but then there was a moment where it's like, oh, it's a bit even. There's not been there's not been like a massive chasm between us in terms of the class. Yes, they weren't playing Liverpool play a different brand of football, so it's weird to say. You almost want to say they're holding back, but this is the new Liverpool almost. They're not going to play that heavy metal, go at you football, you know. But I thought we was with them. I thought we was just rivaling them. And then after we make the mistakes and it just goes to panic mode and it goes to just everything goes wrong in that moment. But then I don't understand how we have these
KG. That itself is a problem. Going, we've got a game model for 20 minutes. That's not good enough. If they say, what's your game model? Well, I can only really do it for 20. You'd be like, well, it's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Imagine that. Can you come paint my house? Sure. How long can you do it for? It's going to take about 6 hours. I can only do it 15 minutes. You'd be like, well, you're not then really a painter, are you? You know what I mean? You're not. That's not what I'm paying you for, sort of thing. So that itself is a problem, and that we could have said that all last season, didn't we? We played well for 20, we played well for 15. We even said that in Eric's first season, in fairness, didn't we? Going, actually, we played all right, 15, 20 minutes, and then it kind of drifts off. So that's part of a concern, isn't it? And I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just because at the moment it is, international break, and we ended on such a sour note.
It was going to happen. We were going to get these,
that you can't see like the recovery out of it because it's so like dark at the moment. That's why I say with that Southampton game, screw performances. He just needs to win that game. He cannot get anything but a win. If there's a performance with it and we go, I tell you what, we played really well that day and we won comfortably, that's great. I can't remember, to be honest. When was the last time? Happened? It might have been Everton with Garnacho's overhead kick. That was a game where we were like, I think it was 3-1. We were like, it's really comfortable actually.
But even that 3-0.
It wasn't comfortable. But I mean, towards the end of the game,
towards the end of the game, we ended up being comfortable. Exactly. But then he scored that overhead kick, and then from then till bloody half time,
Colby cleared one off the line.
They should have scored. They spare chances. Then we came straight out and got a penalty. So then it just killed the game. So it's like I can't remember, like you said, Owen, the last truly, truly comfortable game.
But then I don't even think that's going to paper over the cracks. If we play Southampton and we struggle over the line, all it's going to tell us is there's more struggle to come. I like the fact that they've been using these because there's 10 games. People said they're going to give the manager 10 games, but there's 10 games after the international break. That's everything included. And that will give us a true look of where Man United really are. Let me try and look at the fixture list as well.
Yeah. Some of them are crazy. Some of them are easy where you go, okay, that's win. But then some of them are like, ooh, Villa away, Spurs home, Palace away. Ooh. You know, and then in between, you got like Porto away. You got flipping Fenerbahce away. You're going, mate, these are some tough asks.
These are some tough. But then that Crystal Palace game will tell us a lot. It's that little run there. So Barnsley, you expect to get through that one. But Crystal Palace, the FC20, we need to start off well in that competition as well. Then you go straight to Spurs as well. Then Porto.
Do you see what I'm saying? That little week there.
That little week there is, oh my goodness.
When you look at it, bro, I did this with Saeed yesterday.
Straight after Aston Villa and Brentford.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's not easy. There's not, and then I don't know if it's Saeed infected me, but Honest Channel, when we was just going through, like he did this, he goes, well, these are the games, like, bro. And I went, oh my God, he's going to get sacked. Like, I just had that thing of, do you see what you're doing right there with your hand on your lip going, that's, with this version of Man United, the thought of like a Villa away, Porto away, Fenerbahce away, even Spurs at Yard, even Crystal Palace away, these games have embarrassment written all over them. They do, as it feels now, because this is what we are.
But what you're missing is the craziest part is, because I looked at it and again, selfishly, I'm like,
yeah,
we're playing Chelsea just before my 40th birthday.
Oh yeah, and I saw the Chelsea one.
You know
that Old Trafford.
The Chelsea one. Oh, it's at home.
Yeah,
the Chelsea one, is so. It's so official because we'll know. Like, you remember when we're trying to because basically us and Chelsea are trying to like have some separation. Remember with the Mud Brothers last season? Yeah, definitely mudded together, and we had end of season separation because we won the FA Cup and sent them to the conference. I'm telling you now, if we pull up on Maresca, and we get Macarenaed, brother,
there's nowhere to hide,
brother.
There's nowhere to be, bro.
Nowhere. No, it can't be, because that's saying that the Ten Hag can't work out his game model by that time.
He will. Yes.
He will though. We hope. Barnsley, Crystal Palace is a great little leveler because they moved to us, especially at their home as well.
And they haven't been. There's been a drop left. There's been a drop less this year so far.
We're gonna know about our team by then. I think we should be okay.
Wait, I want to know.
How did you come to that conclusion, KG? How did you? You said all those things, looking incredibly concerned and worried. You went through the fixture list, put your finger on your lips, and started doing this.
Yeah,
and then scratching the back of your head, not totally convinced. You went, I think we're gonna be okay.
Wait,
do you know why I say that?
Is this not Saeed talking?
Do you know I say that? Do you know I say it? Because this is Gaslighter Gary, innit? Kevin Gaslighter. The reason why I say that is, like, by then I imagine that Ugarte should be a part of the team. De Ligt and Lisandro, even though Lisandro hasn't started the season great, De Ligt and Lisandro should have really kind of found their partnership at least by November, right? Them lot should have actually started working well together. Then you're talking about Kobe, mate, because Kobe hasn't started the league off properly, but I think that's a fitness issue. So when I'm looking at the team, I'm saying, well, the back four should have settled. Only God can help us. Hopefully, Onana will. Well, we don't know with Onana.
So you just said, I think we're going to be okay. And then in 2 seconds later, you've gone, only God can help us.
And bro,
the back four settled. But I'm saying the Onana thing though. The back four should be. Can't we say that Lisandro and De Ligt should build up a partnership by then?
But you know what? The words I heard was hope, should, and God.
Yeah.
Well, that's
just skim it down. Just skim it down.
That's what I mean.
You proceeded to say, you said they should have done this, or I hope they would have done that, and God.
Yeah.
So hope should God.
But that's all I can give you because I got
and that equation equaled. I think it should be okay.
That's all I can do. I like the killer is because honestly, we don't know. Like we could go into those games and be good. We can go into games and be shit. You know what I mean? Like who knows? Like there's supposed to be good enough players to get us through.
But we do know, don't we?
What, that we're going to lose every single game?
Not we're going to lose every game, but at this stage with this team,
bad losses in that.
With these tactics, we know what we're getting.
Where you lot predicting losses then? Are you lot predicting loss in the Southampton 12:30 Saturday? Mad.
Well, what I mean, the game at the weekend against Liverpool. Were you like, I'm really, really surprised by that?
Not when I left.
So we do know what we're getting.
No, but that's Liverpool. That's Liverpool.
All right, I'll tell you what then.
Wait, hold on. Show me when the losses. Show me when the losses are coming.
I will.
Where's the losses for you lot? Go on, let's go. Since you lot got a crystal ball. Go on.
Yeah,
I've had a crystal ball. I'm just saying, like you know. You said we don't know what we're getting.
All right.
Yeah,
so what do you not think? What do you not think is happening against Southampton versus Man United?
Hold on, let me get the fixtures up.
I think United do win that game. In all honesty, I wouldn't be totally shocked if we lost, honestly. But I think historically, when pressure's been on with Eric, that's like, for me, that's a 1-0, 2-1 Manchester United. Scrape it.
Away from home, 12:30.
Yeah, we'll scrape that.
Okay, cool.
Barnsley will beat.
We'll go through against Barnsley.
We'll go through against Barnsley. Palace.
Well, actually, against Barnsley, by the way, we'll win quite convincingly, and we'll think we're back.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good story. Palace, I don't think we win.
I don't think
will it be a draw? Will it be a loss? I don't know, but I don't think we win.
I think we might. The only thing we've got going in our favour of that one is it doesn't feel like it's the same Palace as last year when we played them.
True.
We will have more players back by that point. I'm going to go with, though, because Man United, it's the 5:30 under the lights Saturday. I'm going to go with a draw. Now, this is me being kind, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. FC 20, I think we'll scrape past. It won't look pretty, but I think we'll get the job done.
By the way, so we said the first 4 games we're not going to lose.
Yeah, we won't lose them. Won't look pretty. Well, no, the Palace ones are 50. We're saying it's a loss or a draw.
I think we lose against Palace.
I think we lose against Palace. I think we lose against Palace. There'll be one.
I just can't see 4 games in a row with us not losing. That's the problem. I just can't see that.
Then Spurs at Yard.
We drew last season, didn't we? They should have beat us.
We won't be able to get in.
High line. Yeah.
High line.
Did you see us against Brighton? You see us against their high line?
That's true.
Offside 6 times. Do you know what I mean? Didn't have a brain cell between us, mate. I kept saying it during the game. They're playing a high line, wait to hold your runs. They're all brain dead and just was offside every single time. And I don't know. That is literally as 50-50 as they come. Porto, I think we lose. Aston Villa away, I think we lose.
It was shocking last season that we won away at Villa Park, wasn't it? That was surprising.
Yeah, exactly. Brentford, beat them twice. Brentford is like, if it's so damaged after Porto and Villa,
know.
You might not be able to recover them, innit? And then
that's after the international break.
That's
after the international break.
And then it's Fenerbahce away, West Ham away, Chelsea home.
So wait, but I only have us losing, really. When I look at that, I only have us losing the Crystal Palace game.
Really?
Not the Spurs one.
Nah.
Yeah, because it's at home.
I only have us losing the Crystal Palace game.
Crystal Palace.
Really,
when Fenerbahce, Turkey, and going to big Portugal and Turkey away.
I think we'll be all right there. I think we'll be all right on that trip. I think that Crystal Palace game is the one where I'm like 5:30 under the lights. I could just see me and Owen fighting for our lives in that street, bro.
I'll be there as well.
Oh, that's away. Yeah, you'll be with.
I'll be with.
You'll be with.
Oh, it'll be me and you. It'll be me and you.
Oh shit! Yeah, we'll be in there. Oh no!
Negative me and Owen. Look, bro, I told you. Look,
that's
you're not getting flashbacks of last season, Selhurst Park, when you're both in the studio. At one point, the 4th one, he started laughing.
Yeah.
Flex started doing his best impression of the Joker. He started cackling or whatever.
Is that the one when Flex done the because it's always been Crystal Palace when he does the spinnerini. Did Flex do the spinnerini against Crystal Palace one time?
That was the first ever. Yeah, that was first ever one. No, that was Liverpool, wasn't it? That was Liverpool away.
Yeah, he did the spinnerini after the Liverpool game. That's ridiculous.
He did.
No, not the 7-0. I didn't do it.
No, not 7-0. The first one, it was Ralph era. Spinnerini happened.
I thought I did it because we actually got Europa League, even though we lost. We were shit.
That was literally that was first ever match view inside updated UVHQ, and that was Flex doing the spinneroonie. Because you start playing, because we were so bad, you two started playing charades.
Oh,
And then he was doing something, and KG, and I was concerned for KG because I thought he's gonna have like a heart attack or something. Like he's gonna literally, he was clutching his chest and his stomach. He was going like this. He was going in that chair, going like this. It was bad.
Listen to the flashbacks of memories that we're having.
Oh, it's so bad, bro. There's not been many good ones.
These are not good memories, man. We need to, honestly, we got to get this right, because now if you lot are saying that we're losing most of those games, how are you lot staying hopeful? Because
are we saying we're losing the majority of those games?
How are you lot?
Because we've gone through them. We've gone out of the games until the international break. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many did you said Flex would lose against Palace, Porto? You said 3.
And Villa. Sorry, Villa.
3 out of the 7. How many did you say, KG, out of the 7?
We're going to lose the Crystal Palace, Aston Villa game. I'm just giving us 2 losses.
2 losses. And you're saying we'll be all right against Porto away?
Yeah.
Okay. I disagree.
Porto away will be all right. Porto away
will not be all right. Away from home.
Away from home. All right.
With a heavy atmosphere, KG.
We'll be all right. We'll manage the game.
Away from home in Europe, when was the last time we got like a big away victory?
That's the one. Porto will be fine. Porto
was the last time we had a big away victory with a hostile atmosphere.
Like Betis, but I'm backing
us to be good against Porto away.
Barcelona we didn't beat.
No. And it could be coming off a draw to Spurs as well.
Do you know what it is? That those final 3 games before that last international break, that will be like the make or break for Erik ten Hag, I think, because that is 3 losable games there. Spurs at home, Porto away, Villa away.
Oh, is that a break after that as well?
Yeah.
Oh, then darkness. Oh, then
that's what I mean. Those 3 games, they're the ones. They're really the ones. That second part of it, they are the ones.
We'll be all right.
Say it with no conviction in your voice, KG.
I hope so. All I've got is hope in it. That's it. That's all I've got. I've got nothing. Yeah, that's it. That's all you can do. To be honest, I know we're laughing, but that is all you can realistically have, because the truth of the matter is the team's poor right now. We don't know if they can recover. We don't. Yeah, this is still in the early stages of. Eric, over to you. Prove to us that last season was just shit, and you can fix it. Yeah, because that's why I'm not like, when people are like, oh, but I seen some people saying Flex basically sounds negative, but he kind of still wants him to be here. It's because I've understood the assignment from the start of what this season has to be and what it is. It's another audition for Eric. Like, it's a new. They drew a line on the last season, but at the same time they're saying, right, go and fix it now. If you don't go and fix it, you're going to get sacked. So I want him to do well. I'm backing him to do it, but I have to say what I see and still stick with. When you see, it's no surprise to see Ineos talking about a style of play thing. You see, when we've been talking about it, KG, of like, it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, it is the most important thing. Obviously, is results, but this style thing is really important because our hierarchy want to see it. Even if we don't, we're like, they want to see it, bro. They want to see it. Like, it's a big thing. And how they view it is they're saying that it's more likely that you're going to do things better and improve more if that is the same. If the style. I was going to say, is it
style or is it tactics? I think it's probably
a bit of both.
They're probably used interchangeably, aren't they? Because I think the point could be that if the tactics were different against Liverpool, probably a couple of those goals don't happen. You know what I mean? And you're in the game more. Than we were.
To sit back deeper, Owen. What is it like? What is our actual thing like? When you look at the team,
well, I don't know. This is the thing, KG, because
nobody knows what is
because against Liverpool, he was playing the sort of conservative defensive 4-2-4. Instead of it being Bruno and Mount as the false nines, it was Xerxes and Bruno as the false nines. But then, in fairness, I mean, you were there, so you might have seen it a bit better. But like, it felt like that shape disappeared, particularly after like the first goal. And then even really, actually, once he's got that third in the second half, it really just felt like everyone just went, "Oh, so
everyone just been on."
And Liverpool just let us have it, and the game thing's gone.
The pressing stopped. What do you know? What happens though? There is that part of us that we do fall apart on a goal. We do just fall apart, and everything we learned before is out the window. And I think that's out sometimes for like, it takes us a good 10, 15 minutes to recover from a setback, where other teams are like, "Oh, setbacks, we'll score." I don't think we're recovering in that same manner how we used to. That's something that needs to be addressed this season. Those are things that need to, and it's like, my thing is, do we push everyone back? Because even with the Casemiro thing, the next game is obviously, hearing how he's talking about Ugarte, sounds like Ugate's not starting. Even though
he's not ready yet.
But he's going to go play into that. If Ugarte plays 90 minutes for Uruguay, I don't want to hear he's not ready. I swear to you, if he plays 90 minutes for Uruguay, I don't want to hear, I don't know if he's, nope, Ten Hag play him. Because he's playing over there. He's doing that fine. So if he can go on that plane ride, play 90 minutes and come back and say, we're only giving 20 minutes. Since when? Why are we doing that?
It's not a Ten Hag thing to do. Genuinely, I'm not even joking about this, because he did this after we lost 7-0 against Liverpool. You remember when we played Real Betis a few days later in the Europa League, he played the exact same start at 11.
Yeah, he did.
It wouldn't even shock me against Southampton. We come back with international duty. There might not even be a change to that starting 11. I would not even be shocked if he went, they'll fix it. They'll get out of it. Realistically, maybe Ahmad does come in. Maybe that might be the one change. But it would not shock me if that starting 11 is near enough exactly the same.
But then it will be, if he does do that, we have to say there has to be a difference to the approach to the game, because we have to.
Do we think he will? Do we think he will do that?
Bro, as soon as he said it, I thought, oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Like, there's not gonna be a different approach to the game. There's not.
No, but do you think it's gonna be the same side? Like, he's gonna start the same team that lost to Liverpool? No changes.
Not far off. I mean, is he going to come out the international break and go, Casemiro, you a shit, I'm starting Collier in this game? I don't think he will do that. If Ugarte is not ready to go, he'll just play Casemiro again.
But it doesn't even, we got to this thing, was at the game, was like, listen.
Who's back?
He gave up on Casemiro near the end of the season and didn't start him for his biggest game in the.
But we had options. We had Amrabat. We had McTominay. We don't have that. We got Ugarte.
And he was injured. He was injured that day as well.
But he was never injured. He was never injured.
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is we don't have them. If he deems Ugarte not fit enough to do what he wants him to do, he ain't just going to throw Toby.
He's got to go with Collier because he threw him in. Why is it good?
Yeah, he should. Why is it good? It was only a half. Because it was only a half.
Yeah. Why is it good to throw him in 2-0 down against Liverpool when it could have been a romp? It could have been 5-6. Then you risked it. Then you might as well continue.
We're in the Hannibal territory again, aren't we? Yeah. Do you remember last season against Burnley when I was an advocate for this? Play Hannibal. Why? He'll run around. And he'll kick people. We're back. We're back into that territory. But now it's Collier.
Not Collier run around per se, but Collier. He said that he needed more legs in the. He said his
run around.
On Casemiro was he needed more legs and control in the game, which is fair because Casemiro in that game couldn't get round the way in a Ten Hag system. So maybe Casemiro can still run, but just in what Ten Hag needs him to do, he can't do that. So why would you go to him knowing that, well, each and every time, even in the Crystal Palace game, which was an eye-opener for a lot of us to say, hey, can my guy still, when Carragher comes out with the famous words, lead the game before the game leaves you, bro? Like, we've been here before. Why are we going to continue on this journey with this player when you've already deemed him, said he's not the one for you?
Is that then, when you say that then, in a Ten Hag system, does that imply that it's a Casemiro problem or it's a Ten Hag system problem? Should Ten Hag once again, and we did this in the first season and it did work out for him, should he have to save his job and to save the season already, compromise on what he wants to do and go, right, this isn't the way I want to play or whatever, this isn't my game model, but I've got to keep my job here. I've got to do something. I'm going to have to flex his point, rip it up from a tactical point of view, maybe lean on Ruud van Nistelrooy, Rene Harker and go, hey guys, what would you do right now? Let's say, hypothetically, we would just do tactics differently. We'd change our shape. what would we change it to? With the players we've got, because these are the players we've got now until January, how do we get the best out of them? What is the best system to get the best out of some of these players? But I don't think he'll do that.
Do you know the only reason why I say he probably shouldn't do that is because at every point he would want to revert to type. He'd want to go back to his official play style.
Oh, if he's winning.
So it's like, well, like he should have stayed with, like, shouldn't we still be playing the way he was playing?
Yeah, he doesn't want to. The problem he's got is he doesn't want to play like that.
He is. So
he doesn't want to play like that.
I don't think he'll do it.
But we're gonna get cut again. You know what I mean?
We would be a much harder team to play against if we dropped the ego side of it and said, "Oh, but with Man United, you've got to play like this, and this," and just played compact and the right side of the ball. Because what would happen is even against the lower teams where you say you can't play that against them, you can, because what would happen is you play like that against them teams, you still get more of the ball. Like you'd have more chances, you'd have more possession, because those teams, it's not like you're just going to sit off Southampton and just be compact. I'm not saying that, but with the same setup and play the game in the same way, if you did that more consistently against teams that aren't as good, you would have the ball more, but in that same shape. So there's no problem with that. But the problem is like you said there, guys, is that like he doesn't want to be that. Someone put up a thing on X that I saw the other day of PSV versus Ajax in the cup final when Gakpo scored as well, and Ajax were 1-0 up, and they were like, it was like a goal that like happens to us all the time. Gakpo just breaks the lines and it just can run at you. There's no midfield, and it's like, this is how he wants to play. This is his philosophy, and it's not working in this league. It's not working with whatever players we have available. It might work for 20 minutes. It might work for a half. It doesn't work. And the problem he's got is he's so hell-bent on trying to play in this manner, in this way. And some of the players we have can't do it. And actually, it doesn't matter what players you do have. It's unrealistic. He's just backing himself into a corner. And then you get this, go back to the 4-2-2 or the 4-4-2 two false nines, etc. Then go back to 4-2-3-1. You know what I mean? It's just the players get confused. I don't know. He has to pick something and stay with it, because Gary Neville's saying he's got to stumble on something.
But even Arne Slot, he said in that interview afterwards, didn't he? When he said, I've noticed in the 3 games and probably the few games from last season, when we're playing that 4-2-2, he said that they've got to run even harder. Like they've got to press even more. So he was sort of intimating actually the physical demands are even more on this 4-2-4 than they were previously on the 4-2-3-1 that he did. And even then, the physical demands on some of the players were astronomical. Some people say that's why we had some of the injuries, just because you're covering so much ground, you're constantly going up and down. It's a basketball match. It just never feels like Man United have actual control over the game. Like KG's point earlier on, it might feel like it for maybe like 5 minutes, but in terms of actual across the 90, are Man United fully in control of the game? Are they dictating the way this game goes? Have they got actually, they're dictating what the opposition team has to do? It almost feels like a lot of the time, when was the last time an opposition team had to be like, all right, we're going to change what we're going to do because Manchester United are so much of a threat that we're going to have to play this certain way? It always feels like with the opposition now, it's like, actually, we're going to tweak how we play because this is how we're going to beat United. We're just going to go straight through them. We're going to play football. I mean, the amount of times that teams have come to Old Trafford over the last 12 months and been able to have like a lot of the ball or play through us, or even when we played Fulham in that first game, Cage, remember we did the match for you and we were like 20 minutes in, we were like, Fulham are playing some really good stuff here.
Yeah.
That happens a lot against Man United when we go, I tell you what, they're
far too often.
They're playing some really, really good stuff. And the top teams, you might have momentum, but largely, generally, you're like that. They're in control of the game. They're dictating where this one goes. Or the opposition team are so scared of them that they're like, right, we're going to sit back. We can't do too much. Whereas play United, it's just not like that. And that's when I do worry for Ten Hag because, as we said a minute ago, about changing things, changing the tactics, I just don't know if I see him as a person, as an individual, being someone that would do that because he is so like strong on his beliefs. To be honest, it was slightly surprising last season, wasn't it, to see him pivot to that 4-2-2 or whatever, because we were like, wow, we didn't think that was going to happen. If anything, it was a little bit too late. I mean, he did do for like a game or so last season, didn't when he went to the Diamond, remember that? I'm going to do a Diamond now.
Well,
and we were like, well, that didn't work. We got picked apart by Brighton. Or to KG's point, it did work for like 10, 15 minutes. We went, oh, this is good. And then a good coach, Roberto De Zerbi, went, all right, let's just change this, and then played all the way through us. And
He
like,
worked out. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
done.
We worked out that we couldn't get out to their fullbacks quick enough, and
Yeah.
Veltman and Thing were splitting, and then Rashford was too narrow, then the ball over the top, and then they were out. Like we just got outdone, and that's the thing. Well, I agree with Owen 100% there. Where it's so alarming how many other managers / teams can just work us out, and we're very easy to play against. No team respects us. They shouldn't because of how bad we've been. I get that. But that there is one of the biggest problems. Managers go, we can have a go at them. We can. Russell Martin, they've been shit. Yeah. Trying to play out from the back, players that are not good enough. I watched them against Brentford. So I covered that game on TalkSport. And it was in Mbeumo and Wissa and them, man. They was trying to pass out from the back. Yeah. With subpar players, no disrespect, because they probably do a job on us, but they can't do it. Like Burnley last year, trying to do this type of football, bro, it's the Premier League. I bet you any money, Russell Martin was saying, listen, I know that this, that, and the other, but this is a fragile Man United. Come into our place, still play football. We'll get out. We'll play out their press. We will. Because once we do, as we've seen, if there's enough, he will show them Fulham, he'll show them Burnley, he'll show them Liverpool, he'll show them Newcastle. Every game we've lost, all the games, and he will say, look at this analysis. You get that pass, you beat that first press, you're in, you're gone. So that's all we got to do. Kyle Walker-Peters, all you got to do is that, mate. Say Aribo, I tell you what, get on a half. All you got to do is that, and we're in. He would tell them to play the same way, and even we will see alarming things.
And he also showed them that let's say for that game we actually play quite well. Let's say we're a couple of goals ahead. He'll show them when we beat Wolves last season. Actually, go, you can be like quite far behind. You get a goal, you'll be right back in it. They'll collapse super quick, you know. That's what they'll do. That's what they'll do. So that's why I say in that game.
So obviously, why are you lot still hanging tight then with all that knowledge, with all that thing that you're saying now? Like, how are you not more? This guy has to leave right now.
Yeah, because that's what people are saying. They're saying you're identifying all of the bad things, but you still want him to do well. And you know why? For me, I'll say first. For me. And you could call it stupidly or whatever. I do think, again, if you're going to allow somebody the time to say, go and fix that thing, you can't give them 3 games. It's not fair. Like, they're still not players back yet. The new signings still haven't got to grips with what's going on. Whether it's Ten Hag's fault or not, the team's still not settled in terms of who he's picking because of Ugate's late in. De Ligt need to get up to speed. We saw with Joshua Zirkzee, maybe that's why he didn't start the first 2 games, by the way. Didn't look ready. So there's still some things there where, although I'm saying all this because I can see this with my own eyes from a tactical point of view, I'm not naive enough to think that means you should just sack him now. No, he's still, work at it. I still believe you can work at this thing. I still believe players can get confident. I still believe that players need to get up to speed. Once they're all back in, like this is why we're saying what you're saying, KG, the November time, the Christmas time, that's enough time for Luke Shaw to get back in, for Mason Mount to get back fit again, for Rasmus Højlund to get back fit. Lenny Yoro, cool. I get it. He's a young kid, might not come straight back in anyway. So that's a bit of we'll see anyway. And he's out till later on this year anyway. And just the consistency with building your squad, like you told us, Eric. You told me as a Man United fan, and you pushed back to journalists last year and said, what did he say? Well, you don't know anything about football. You don't know anything about football if you think that with these types of injuries, I can do anything. No problem, Eric. I'll get behind that. That was harsh last year. And we spent 200 million. So I'm not just going to give you 3 games with the new signings. Although it's alarming, I'm going to stick by you. It's going to hurt, but I'm going to stick by you and say, fix it. And I've got to give you longer than 3 games. That's why I'm still here.
Okay.
For me, my thing's more just, look, I'm not going to flip-flop all the time, you know. I had massive criticisms of him towards the end of last season. I didn't think he could turn it around. I'm still not sure if he can because of stubbornness. But I did say towards the end of last season, after he won the FA Cup, for me, and this is just my opinion, that meant he deserved to have another go at it. And to be fair, even the sort of quite staunchest Erik ten Hag defenders were like, well, you know, give him another go at it. And if it's not good by Christmas, then yeah, he should go. Well, Christmas, actually, I know it's just beginning of September, but that will turn around very, very quick in football. So when we say he deserves another go at it, this is another go at it. And to Flex's point, another go at it isn't 3 games. Another go at it is until November, December time, and then you reassess is what it is. So
Yeah.
I still think he earned the right at the end of last season to have another go. I don't think he will be afforded the same luxuries that he was last season in terms of he was fortunate that he didn't get the sack because there was a lot going on. That won't happen this time around. So I think he'll be under pressure. But as far as he needs to go or he should go or whatever, I'm not going to do that because, like I said, I even said like a couple of months ago, that he deserves another go. And another go for me, anyway, is not 3 games. Another go to me is around November, December time.
10 to 15 games.
So I think that's your bread and butter in a season.
So my reason literally is I believe that the players improve. So I do believe that the partnerships that we are trying to develop, like it's a shame because Lissandro hasn't started well, but I think him and Delit should be able to form a good partnership. I'm actually liking the look of Delo on the left-hand side. He's not doing anything that I haven't seen Shaw. He's not making any mistakes that I haven't seen Shaw not make, if that makes sense. Like Shaw does. We've lost games with Shaw there anyway, in that same pattern, in that same way. I like Delo's, some of the crosses, like the early ones that he's able to play. I think that should be better. Ugarte, there's a lot of, and again, it's hope and praise situation, but Ugarte, there's a lot of hope that he can be that block that we needed in that midfield to get the best out of the Brunos and Cobbies of this world.
I'm scared for that though, man. I am scared.
No,
I just don't know how one man can do it with playing like this.
It's putting a lot on that one player, but then like them transformative signings. And I know obviously when you do look at Arsenal, Arsenal's already like they'll come in a long way already. But then Declan Rice just provided some solidity. Like you put him in there and said, they look a bit more like they look solid. They look harder to beat now.
But the difference was that their basis was still really good.
Like Liverpool with Alisson and Van Dijk, wasn't it? You know what I mean? They were already getting to like Champions League finals or whatever. And you add in Alisson, because why did they lose that first Champions League final? Goalkeeper shit. Carrier settings. Put in Alisson, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Oh, we're way better now. You know what I mean? But it feels like with United, it doesn't feel like that though with United. This is why I say with like Ugarte, it doesn't feel like, let's just put someone in that's going to win the ball back more often because that's what Ugarte will do. Put more tackles in. That's great. I mean, he might get a bit better, but
you're talking about the synergy with him and Bruno. No, but you're talking about maybe that's the player that him, Bruno, and Kobe can really have a good relationship with. Like
that's what I mean, KG. I don't think we put in. I don't think it is like FIFA and we put them in and suddenly the chemistry lines start going green on everyone. You know what I mean? I don't think we'll probably get better, but I don't think it's. I think it's more than just a personnel issue. Put it that way.
It's the whole setup. I think with Ugarte, we will see. I think we said it on Flex KG show, innit? I think like we will see some individual passages where we go, that bit there he just did is better than Casemiro can do in that bit. Like
because we saw it with Mount. We saw it with Mount. One thing we can do something is when we had Mount in there, there wasn't all these gaps. There wasn't all these. Now, Mount's not the player that we're really looking for, but we saw a difference and Casemiro wasn't exposed and Casemiro looked all right. And it was like, where else could Casemiro play?
But he's not that, though. He's playing instead of Casemiro.
I know.
He's not going to be as far up as Mount initiating.
I'm with you, but I'm saying that we saw a difference, like somewhat of a difference with Mount being in the team. And we was like, oh, well, Casemiro creating a bit more. This looks better than it's been before in terms of we're so used to seeing people run through our midfield. That changed. And it was like, well, hang on, let's keep Casemiro in this country and let's not sell him anyway. He don't need to go Saudi. And then we lose Mount and we're like, hold on.
I don't know if it was that far, by the way. Let's keep Casemiro in Saudi.
No, but why does Casemiro look like this? Now, it went from literally Casemiro can play. He's been one of our best players on the pitch at the start of the season or start first game or two to what we are now.
Do you know what I want to say very quickly as well? I need to hold my hands up and admit that I was wrong. I need to hold my hands up and admit that I was wrong and apologize to a part of the audience, I think, or part of the Manchester United fan base, because I was thinking about this. I've been doing a lot of thinking about the whole point scoring thing. I've been thinking about this quite a lot. And I don't think we are allowed or right to get angry at people that I would say like Eric Ten Hag out for point scoring, saying I told you so, when there were people, and this is totally true, the more I think about it, that when Erik ten Hag stayed, were very much like, see, sit down, you Erik ten Hag outers. We were right. People use the phrase "we won" when earlier on, right? They use that phrase, and now because it's going against those people that said that, we're like, no, you can't point score. You can't have it both ways. The more I thought about it, is there is actually justification of those people going, no, actually, I didn't want the manager in at the time. I voiced my opinion on that, and then I got shit on because I didn't want the manager in. And now that the pressure's on, the manager's going to go again. Suddenly,
people
it's
are
like
coming back
you
this
can't,
side.
you can't now we can't talk about point scoring because that's what it is. The concept of it, the point scoring thing in general, I think is dumb. Like even when it was like Erik ten Hag stays, see, we won. You know, sit down, you haters, or whatever. It's a bit like, but then if you do that, then you can't complain when it comes back at you and say like, oh, this isn't the time for point scoring. It's like, well, because point scoring's been going on the whole time, isn't it, as well? And that was my initial reaction after Sunday was, no, we shouldn't be point scoring. But actually, the more I think about it is, point scoring has actually been going on the whole time. And
do you think, Owen, are you apologizing? Do you think you've been part of it as well? As in we've all been. Do you think
well, this was what I was thinking about when I was doing the reflection. I cannot remember genuinely if I was like, sit down, you haters, blah, 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 we won.
That don't sound like something you would say.
Because I don't think.
You definitely.
Because I was critical of him last season anyway. I was glad that he got the opportunity to stay. And I did want him to stay because, like I said, I thought he should have the opportunity. I'm not sure if I was like, seeing you doubters, rah, 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 because I was a doubter. So I can't.
But you know, the hardest thing about it is
general,
because it was, you have to remember, because sometimes we look at the environment now and say, use what was feeling at that time and see, well, these lot were wrong. In the time, bro, it was like everyone against the manager. So there's some people that felt, nah, man, I'm taking up arms because if they're going to be against the manager week in, week out, I'm going to defend him, bro.
I don't think this is my point. I don't think we can be like, Ten Hag Defense League, right? Create that, and then when it goes back, it's going, let's not point score here. There's a fucking defense league. That is mad, isn't it? That is mad.
I'm with you definitely because this season, I think this season they can't be really saying that it's a defense thing because there's no defense right now. But then at the same time, there was weeks where I felt like this manager was under the cosh from every angle. How you're not going to sit back and say you're going to stand up for your club and say no, we're not having it.
There's no way. Of course.
And I think in when it was really bad, like last season, we were fighting. So when we left it up the FA Cup, it was a brilliant moment. We said, well, listen, everybody that was chatting shit, sit down because no one predicted us to do this. And it was a good feeling. They said, they're looking at the speech saying, look, no one's listening to him. They're laughing when he's speaking and no one believes it. Well, he went out and won, and he put out this big.
I think that's more directed to like the ops and the media. I'm talking about within the Manchester United fan base, within the Manchester United. That's when I think we have to be careful. If it's the media, if it's the ops, if it's BBC, Alan Shearer, you go, piss off, mate. What are you talking about going on after 10 Hag? But I mean, within the fan base, when we, like you said with the Saeed thing, when he says sit down, and you go, but we're all sitting down because we've lost here. But at the same time, on the flip side, we have done that when it's been like, sit down, you didn't want the manager and he still is here. Then we can't then determine you can't actually point score when things go bad. Because when they were going good, people's face got rubbed in at the same time.
The problem is this gratification, right? That a lot of us seek as human beings of a battle of winning and losing. Let's just call it what it is, yeah? There's something, and this is why Owen's right, we have to detach ourselves away from it. And I say we, because I'm like, I could get in that mode. We all do it in some, maybe not as prominent as others. Like you say, KG, you're a different person. You will go on the records delegates. Everyone sit down. Ten Hag stays. Outers, where are you? You will go and do that.
Absolutely.
Owen might say in the morning show, and to the people who just, really wanted the manager out, well, there's your answer. Ineos have chose him, so we could say it like that. I could be like, I've got sunglasses on, bringing an FA Cup around flipping West London, going, everyone said, so we're all part of this in some way or another. And the truth of the matter is this, because Man United has been failing it as an institution for over a decade, us as fans have a self-preservation that kicks in with the way that we deal with it. And the way that we deal with it is that we want gratification for one or many of our opinions. So that could be at any one time. I believe the manager should stay. And I tell you what, I want to make sure I'm right. And all of those over there who are moaning or whatever,
Mhm.
I hope they're wrong and they're vexed because we're going to turn it around. And on the other side is always the self-gratification of, I've seen this from early. This guy is not the guy. He is not the guy. Even if I thought he was one time, he's not the guy. And I can't wait. Correct. Well, there you go. And he's not the guy. And when I get proved right, when we're shit and all that, I'm going to laugh at all of them who are backing him and getting excited off of one game or one cup because I could see this. And the truth of the matter is this, yeah, it will just keep changing unless, like what Owen said, we just go, you know what?
I don't think there's,
for good or for bad, for richer, for poorer. Just think what you think.
That's where the ideology is where I jump off the train with you, because I'm with you all the way, yeah. But you see, there's certain games, yeah, that mean something to the Man United fan base, yeah, and that's what, because you can get. I'm happy to say you got me. Listen, you see Liverpool,
yeah,
Leeds, Leeds. And what was there? City, it's a new hatred. It's not been like, I don't have that same feeling, but I hear what you're saying. I think for the people
in terms of the club in the city, that is the Blues and the Reds,
and I know that's massive. That's massive. I don't think there's in those ones there. Yeah, it's a different feeling. You see what Fergie looks like in that one. I don't care about your right now in the heat of this. I don't care. You see, remember Gabriel Heinze, yeah, when he said he wants to go to Liverpool? Look how he reacted. There's some games that are it's the fact.
Can I ask you this then? If we'd beat Liverpool,
yes,
would you do the point? So just if we'd have beat Liverpool, because obviously we lost against Brighton and didn't look good. So people going into the Liverpool game, the outers would have been like, oh, fucking Liverpool, we're going to get smashed.
I would have celebrated, absolutely.
Yeah, not celebrated, but because what you're saying is, of course we celebrate that because that's Liverpool. We celebrate all our wins. What I'm saying is, would you kind of point score back to them people who were like, there was no way we were going to beat Liverpool, and say to like, and all those guys who were saying that, people were saying we were going to lose against Liverpool. Where are you now? Because I'm telling you now, we cooked against Liverpool. Would you do that?
I'll be chatting shit. Absolutely. I'll be getting crazy.
And that's what I'm saying, though.
But then the point, the point I am making is like, you see, when like this season, it's different to the seasons before. We've gone like, even when we talk about like THDR and stuff, it can't exist because we're really understanding that we've given this manager everything. That's why even was talking about the season, how Alice was talking, she kind of really explains herself perfectly. But it's like, there's nowhere to run and hide. We are ready to hold the manager accountable. Last season, everyone says here, there was a lot of injuries. There was a lot of this, there was a lot of that. We don't care anymore. I don't think they can find any fan, any staunch Ten Hag inner that can say, it doesn't matter or mitigating circumstances. We've had a window to deal with the circumstances. So now, why is it broken? Why is this midfield still not thought about? It was the problem all last season. You don't get to say we lost one player. No one's saying, hey, we can't expect to play good because there's no Rasmus. What do you mean? You don't get to say that. None of these lines about, this one player changes the whole everything. Now, we do know that Casemiro was a problem from last season, so really we've needed a midfielder anyway. So we're hoping in Ugarte. But if the Ugarte test doesn't work, no one's going to take it easy on the manager and say, hey, mate, you don't have a 6. Sorry, it's not your fault. No, it's not going to work like that. I think time to develop this one is what I'm saying.
I think it's just in general. I think my sort of wider point is point scoring in general is stupid, but we can't pretend that it doesn't exist on both sides because it does. And I think what we can't do is if you participate in it on either side, then you can't be like all sort of moral and go, well, this isn't the time to do it because
I won't lie to you.
I agree with you. I agree with you after a Liverpool game or a City defeat. It's really not the time to be like, to make yourself feel better. I totally agree. I totally agree with you on that. But I mean more just in general. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's dumb. But
you're right. You're right. I told my hands up. I will hold my hands up. I'm that guy, literally. So there's like, I know when it's coming. I chat shit on a regular basis. I know when I pull up DR Sports or anywhere, I'm gonna hold that because of the way I speak. I'm not even mad about getting that. I'm not even mad about getting that. But I'm saying even with the with the outers of like the last season, I don't even like you got me Kanye West meme. But then you see on there's certain games, like I think I might fight you. If you tell me some bullshit after an Arsenal game, after an Arsenal game, don't talk to me, bro. If we've lost, and you both, we both support the same thing, and you know how I feel about this one.
I agree.
Leave me alone.
That's why I think in general it's.
But they're saying it's off. They're saying at any moment you can get it because that's how you talk. What they would say back is, listen, well, Arsenal's the one you spoke the most about, so expect the most reaction when we told you that we're shit and they're going to run up on us. I can come to you now and say, I know you, and that's fine. You're going to do the reaction 100 times over, 100% of the time that this happens, but it still doesn't stop the other side from going, well, listen, mate, you can respond how you want. I'll take it, but I'm still gonna come to your doorstep.
Yeah, I think as long as it's like
the same, bro, it'll be.
I think as long as it's basically like you're saying you can't do it, or we in general are saying, well, you can't do that. If you participate in it, you participate in it. Either way, you know what I mean. I
don't know, man. I think this. I think this is again. It's ethos and how you understand things. Because I've gone to the actual outside the Emirates, and they all take it off my hat, and that it's mad, bro. Again, I can go into the op space. It's that feeling of family versus the outsiders. I know the outsiders is gonna treat me like mad. You see the internal thing, and my family's trying to beef me. I'm looking at them like, hold on, are you mad? Like. Bro,
well, it's like Flex said. Remember, Adam told the story on the red carpet where you bumped into him outside Wembley, and you were like, "See, he's got to stay," and Adam was still like, "I don't know." So, like, if when we do lose, if Adam says to you, "Flex," I mean, that's why I'm saying I don't know. Then you can't go. Nah, actually, we can't talk about it now. We should talk about it because after it was positive, you know what I mean.
That's his thing. That's what he said. So,
exactly.
I think to finish off the show, closing statement. I don't know if KG will accept this banner, though. Are we saying that we all apologize? Are we saying that?
For what?
KG's go for what, though? Yeah. Are we saying we all agree then, not apologize?
You got to take it. You got to take it. No,
I myself, I apologize because I know I did definitely say, after we should be point scoring, but actually I know myself I have at points participated in it. So if you participate, then you've got to take it.
I agree. That's two to three. I agree. KG?
I apologize for nothing. I'll hold it though. I apologize for nothing, but I'll hold it.
No, but the point scoring thing, so you don't apologize for the 2 sets of points.
No, I did it. I'm going to do it again.
But I'm not asking you to apologize for that. I'm apologizing for saying that they couldn't do it. Because they can do it, and
if you do it,
if I do it, I'm not saying
KG. You have to say sorry. You have to say sorry, bro.
Because I know you've said that, KG, as well. Going, we should be point scoring.
Yeah,
wait, I don't have to. Why?
KG, don't do that one, man.
What?
Don't do that one.
What do I have to do now?
I know you. No, because I know you. You're like, I'm
not saying you can't do it again. I'm not saying you can't do it again. I'm not saying you should apologize for doing it.
KG, you had double standards, bro. There's no other way you did. You're a hypocrite.
You got me.
No, you're sorry. So you're sorry, yeah.
I'm a hypocrite. You got
me. Like Gary.
Sorry for being it. Hey, listen.
Why are you being Jurgen Gary?
Listen, this is a true apology because at least I know I'm apologizing for. I'm sorry for being a hypocrite. Like literally.
Okay. Yeah. Why was you a hypocrite? Why was you a hypocrite? What did you do that made you a hypocrite?
Fight fire with fire.
Yeah, you did the thing that you're telling them not to do.
Fire with fire. Yeah, fight fire with fire. Cool. So and I want to apologize for fighting.
No, I didn't ask that.
No.
I'm not saying you don't have to do it again. You can do it. You can and you will. You know what I mean?
I will. That's what I'm saying. So that'll be even more fair to say, bro.
Yeah, because you're gonna do it. That means
right now, the apology's not even in my heart, bro. I would apologize. I love to apologize when I get it wrong, but I'm telling you right now, I don't feel this apology in my heart. This is the thing that always.
Well, then you're not sorry. You're not sorry. No, that's fine.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But
so you don't. So you're not sorry for being a hypocrite.
This is a gaslighting thing. I can for the masses.
Yeah, I acknowledge that when I said, we can't point score, we shouldn't point score, I was being a hypocrite then because I know that I have done that, and it's not. I don't think that's right for me to say or determine whether people can do that or not.
And I don't know the exact video I said it, but I know in some way or another I would have been saying that.
I do it.
And KG, you definitely have. But what you're saying is you don't care. You're not.
I'm not saying you won't. I won't do it in the future. You never know. You never know. Emotion's a strong thing, isn't it? But I'm saying that when I was like, we shouldn't be doing that. We can't be doing that.
Yeah.
Who am I to say?
Basically, KG, you don't have the right. Cut a long story short. If you're saying that you don't care, you don't have a right to say to like Saeed or someone else that you can't say they can't do that.
That's why I got cooked in the air fryer, bro. That's what I'm saying. I got
So you agree with that? You agree?
Yeah, I told it. Yeah, I told it.
Okay.
I told it.
I just thought you didn't agree with it. I thought we got to the end of that, and you're like,
not after Liverpool. Not after Liverpool, but I still hold it.
Guys, episode 29 of the Trinity. We're sorry. We got there in the end.
No,
we're kind of
sorry. No, we're not sorry, bro.
It's the title, mate. We're sorry.
I mean, KG, honestly, the most sort of legal lawyer. What am I sorry for specifically? Is that a blanket apology?
What am I signing?
Where's the finer print? What am I really apologizing for? Did not agree to an apology on that. Get that one out of the way.
Title. We're sorry, except for KG.
I will acknowledge hypocrisy and refuse apology. That is what I will do.
What you got? Yeah, we're sorry, except KG.
That's what it is. Anyway, guys, you get what we mean. Let us know in the comments. Is KG absolutely right? Even though he's half agreeing, does KG need to understand it? We're not asking him to change. You know
I'm a hypocrite.
There you go. Smash a like on the video, guys. Get involved in the comments. What a show. We are out of here. Take care. See you on episode 30 of the Trinity podcast next week. Peace.